This Monday. Then we'll have some new items on there, so please, let us know. You know, how you, enjoy them and what we can do to enhance the program. The other thing is we are bringing back the Friday Cafe Stanley, so please come out and participate on Fridays. And, purchase some baked goods at Cafe Stanley. That is it for the
3 days now.
yes,
Okay, thank you.
yes, Monday,
Monday,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, Friday.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody have any questions for me or? You can't hear me? So starting in April, we're going to roll out the new spring menu. We'll still have the meatless Mondays. And it's a whole new set of recipes different from this menu. I believe the team will be sending out the menus to you soon. The other thing is Cafe Stanley will now be open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so please come out to support. Anybody have any questions for me or concerns? How do you guys like the new coffee? Is it hotter?
Yes, it's a lot better.
Okay,
Angela,
yes,
is there gonna still be fish on Friday?
yes,
Okay,
yes. Fish is every Friday, that won't change. When I was doing the menu, my mouse clicked the wrong day, so I fixed it, so it's right, it's averted. Jeffrey said, yeah, you did it backwards, so, any other questions? We are having a Black History, month meal on the 28th. And it'll be, oven baked chicken, collard greens, black eyed peas and rice. And then we're going to get a dessert that's to be determined. We're either gonna do a sweet potato pie or some type of an individual dessert. We're just waiting for our distributors to get back to us with some choices.
what date is that?
The 29th.
28, you said.
Oh,
Thank you.
28th, I'm sorry, 28th.
Any more questions? Go ahead, Sandy.
My question is, the coffee on demand?
The coffee is on demand.
I mean, can we just, like, right now, it's there.
You have to brew it. If there is coffee there, Gemma, I'll let you.
During lunch?
No,
During
during
lunch,
lunch.
coffee stand, okay.
Anything
Anybody
else?
else? Okay,
All right, thank you so much.
Crystal, Hospitality Committee is next.
I'm coming. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That sounded dry. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, because you know, I live off of your energy. So if you give me low energy, I'm gonna come here and be low. I'm already tired. I'm already stressed out. Just joking. I'm good. Don't start. Okay. All right, so I am here on behalf of the Hospitality Committee and nothing else. So we're gonna focus on only the Hospitality Committee. Hello, everybody on screen. I have right here the save the dates. We have events planned up until the summertime. So guess what that means? That means that I'm hoping to see you present at all of the Hospitality Committee events. So you can plan your vacations, your doctor's appointments, and all that stuff around these events. Okay, I will make sure and pass this out. The Hospitality Committee meets on the last Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m. Again, we meet on the
Last Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m.
okay, that sounds like y'all might need to write it down, but last Wednesday of the month. Okay, so please come join us. We have some really good raffles that's coming up at the Dollarama March 7th. So please join us. You know, March is a lucky month, so you might win a couple things. You might have some Christmas gifts for at the end of the year. Just come join, rack up on your stuff so that way you're all set. We have our Mother's Day tea party on May 9th. The tea party is going to be special, so we would like for you to wear a hat because we're gonna go all out and we're gonna be decked out. So come here with your hat and looking as lovely as you all do every single day. And let's not forget the men, the males that are in the center. Hey, Leroy. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, just right now. Wait, somebody else. Okay, so we got some more. Vincent, like we got, oh, hello, see? Look at that, we got some more. Okay. So we'll have a little special goodie on June 21st for the males. Ladies, no, not for you, okay? Excuse me, what was that? Okay, I was just checking, I'm just making sure. Cause you know, I gotta be close to you. Okay, and then finally, we will have an ice cream / icy social on July 11th. For those of you who don't eat ice cream, we will have ices also. Okay, so please come join us, bring a friend, make sure they register, and they will be able to partake in all of the activities that we have at the Isaac Center. Does that sound like a plan? Okay, so I will leave these right here. You save the dates, put them on your refrigerators and your freezers and everywhere that it needs to be as a gentle reminder. And I'm gonna be looking for you on those days, okay? Questions, comments, and or concerns for me? I hope you all have a very good day.
Thank you, Crystal.
You don't have to be present.
Thank you. Thank you. Lorette is, here for the NC Community Committee. Okay, next we have programming with Vincent.
Vincent, that's your cue. Vincent, they're calling.
Oh, I see.
Your turn already.
Your turn, Vincent.
That's not what's on the agenda, but.
Well, then, you're next.
Well, we're doing the advocacy committee.
Larry.
Okay. Well, look at that, surprises. Hi. Hi, everyone. So I'm gonna start with this, that we don't have any more the stretch class with Asphalt Green online. This is an online class only that affects the online class. If you joined it, they had their last class. So that's just something, if you joined before, that's something that we don't have anymore on Wednesdays, okay? We have some new events happening that's not on your calendar, so please pay attention, okay?
We'll email all the dates out at the
Yes.
end of the meeting as well.
So the first thing is next,
Monday.
yeah, that's a Monday, yes. Too many days in my brain right now. February 20th, Monday.
Oh, February 12th. No. That's February 12th. Oh, sorry. Tuesday.
Well, we have different things in our minds right now. Let's do chronologically, that makes more sense. Next Monday, Snacktivities is back. You've heard of Snacktivities before, because we've had it here a few times. I want y'all to join because it's an amazing program. They bring snacks, they have activities, hence it's called Snacktivities, okay?
That's Monday?
That's gonna be Monday from 10 to 12. Monday, 10 to 12. Monday, February 12th, 10 to 12 o'clock, okay? Ooh.
What is that?
That's Snacktivities. It's snacks and activities.
It's usually arts and crafts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's arts and crafts, and then you get some snacks while you're doing your arts and crafts, things like that, okay? The next thing I have is on February 16th, Friday. It's our February birthday. The theme is gonna be pink, I believe. So wear your best pink outfit. I wanna see this entire hall be pink. We're gonna have the cake in, can we have the cake in pink?
Make it as pink as we can.
We'll try to make the cake as pink as we can, okay? After that, we go to this now. This is Tuesday, February 20th. NYU CareLink is gonna have a presentation on health, on what you put in your body, not just medicine, what food you have in your body, what herbs you put in your body. This is gonna be from 10 o'clock to 11 a.m., okay? 10 to 11. The date is February 20th. That's a Tuesday. I'm gonna be passing this out afterwards too. This will be in the daily emails also, okay? February 20th. Also on that day, we have a Black History Month sip and paint. So you're gonna have some. You're gonna do that? Okay. I'll have Lorette explain all the Black History Month events after this. You can go first, actually. Sorry. That makes
Yeah,
more
yeah.
chronological.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So for the Black History Month, the 21st, we will start with the sip and paints. On the Tuesday, on the Wednesday, we're gonna do a art display. And on Thursday, we have the dumplings. On Thursday, we have the dumplings, and on Friday, we will do like the biggest celebration. Like we're gonna bring everyone together. I don't have the flyers.
The dumplings is a Lunar New Year celebration.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Black history. So I haven't done the flyer yet, but once I will do it, I'll put it on the hospitality table.
It should be out by tomorrow or Friday.
Is that mean Tuesday again?
Tuesday is the sip and paint event.
I thought it was Monday.
Monday we're
Monday,
closed.
holiday, I'm sorry.
Monday, we close Monday, don't come Monday.
We'll confirm the times. It'll be on the flyer that we put on the hospitality committee table, which will either be there tomorrow or Friday. Okay, so Tuesday will be the sip and it'll all be in the afternoon. Okay, and it's an in-sync committee program, so it is intergenerational, so you can bring your grandkids, if you have neighbors you wanna let know. It is an all ages event. We wanna bring the community together, because we had a really nice opportunity to celebrate Black History Month together last year. So, Tuesday is a sip and paint event. Wednesday, we'll be doing the little gallery showing of the artwork that's created during the sip and paint event. Thursday, there's no Black History Month event, but Vincent will go in a little more detail about what event we have for Thursday. And then Friday will be a wrap-up celebration for Black History Month. And all the dates and times will be on the flyer once we confirm everything and post it, but it'll all be in the afternoon. Do you have anything else you want to share first?
Not
Thank you.
Thank you, Lorette. Yes. So the one day that the odd one out for that week is gonna be February 22nd, Thursday. This is gonna be to celebrate the Lunar New Year, because the Lunar New Year is actually starting this Saturday, the 10th. It's gonna span for 15 days because of the moon or something like that. I need to learn about it. So come and learn about it during this event. We're gonna be making some dumplings. It's gonna be in-house. We're also gonna cook it so you can taste the hard work that you put into it, okay? Just letting you know, since this is gonna be a cooking thing, we want y'all to sign up for it, so we know how much that we need to prepare. So if you're interested, and my information is on here, if you see me, let me know that you're interested in this, okay? I will also put this on the email and everything, all the dates with everything, okay? That's the Lunar New Year done. What do I have? Do I go for Karina? So Karina is our social worker. She has a class.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm one of the social workers. I have a group for Spanish. So if anyone is interested in learning Spanish, or if you know anyone that wants to learn Spanish, please let them know. My group is every Monday at 1 o'clock. And I essentially just go over phrases and try to teach a little bit of grammar with Spanish. I'm more comfortable with the phrases, but I'm also trying to relearn the grammar as well. So if anyone is interested, please come by on Monday, except for the President's Day when we're closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next I'm gonna have Jackie one of our social work interns promote her new group.
Hi, everybody.
I'm speak loudly for everyone in here and on the camera.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie. I am going to be, as of Monday, the 12th, I'll be starting my group, which is going to be called Empower Hour. And it is an empowerment group, meant to build community and embrace the uniqueness of each and every one of you members here. And it's just meant to be a space where we can gather each week and express ourselves, creative expression through music and poetry and writing and things like that. I really would love for all of you guys to come and spend some time with me. It'll be Mondays at 3:15, from 3:15 to 4:15. And yeah, if we'll have the flyers out today. And I don't know. And a little bit about me, for those of you who don't know me, I'm an intern here working on my master's in social work at NYU. So I'm around and I'm doing case management, and you can find me smiling through the halls most of the time. So say hi. And I'm here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So I look forward to seeing you all.
I have a question for you. A question for Miss Jackie. Even though your thing hasn't started yet, I have been asked, will you have a segment called What's on Your Mind?
Oh, what's on your mind? Well, during the first group, I do have a curriculum and an agenda that I'm thinking of for each week, but I want to know, this is a space not for me to talk at you all, it's a space for us to share space together, and it's about you all. So I am open to whatever ideas you guys have, you all have, and on the first meeting, I'm actually going to show you guys what the agenda is for the first few weeks. And I also want to know what you all want to do, and we're going to incorporate that into the group. Okay, so any questions? My number will be on the flyer. You can give me a call or come see me in my office in the back. Okay, thank you so much.
Questions online or in here at all?
Oh, does anybody have any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, so.
Vincent still has them up finished. I can do them. I'll do them in mine.
You gonna finish?
Yeah, I'll finish them up in mine.
Okay. Oh, but he's not finishing.
So I'll finish it up.
You want it?
I don't know.
It's just food fairs and consent.
So last two things before I give out more flyers. The big thing is that the consent forms, if you have not signed the updated consent forms and given it to us or your social worker, please do. You can get those consent forms at the front desk. If you have any questions about it, you can flag one of us and we'll gladly explain it to you, okay? If you've already done it, you're good, okay? Give me 1 second. Let me finish this first. Sorry. Actually, yeah.
Okay, so if you're unaware what we're talking about the consent form, so essentially, we are a DFTA funded program. So what that means is sometimes there are rules from our funder that we have to complete certain tasks to make sure we're in compliance as a program. One of those things, as a part of being an active member, is having consent to have you as a member. So we need your permission to store your information in the Department for the Aging database. And we just need to make sure that it's communicated to you. As part of being a member, your information is stored in this database, okay? The caveat to that is that unfortunately, you need to fill out the consent form to participate in programming here at the center. If you do not choose to give consent, we need to fill out a revoked consent form to verify that you understand what it means when you're revoking your consent to the program. And the second part is, if you revoke your consent, you are only allowed to come for meals. So I know, you know, with the concerns with online safety, the system is very secure. It's overseen by the city. And there's not a lot of very descriptive information in it. It's usually It's like basic demographic information in addition to your name, address, and phone number, which for the most part, you can kind of Google on anyone anyway, so it's pretty basic information, right? And if there's anything you do, if you're working with a caseworker, you don't want to have them to have certain information in your profile, you can just ask them not to save it in your profile. So if you have not spoken to a social worker, you have not filled out a consent form at a birthday party or the last membership meeting, just make sure you stop by the front before you leave and ask if you can fill out a consent form. You can also go during the social work walk-in, and the social worker can go a little more in depth about what kind of form you need to fill out. In addition to that, if you work with a social worker and you need assistance with something that's outside of this agency. So if you need help with a SNAP application, a SCREE application, anything that has to do with reaching out to a doctor on your behalf, there's another consent form called the consent to refer. Essentially, what that form states is that you are giving permission to the social worker or the staff member to speak to whatever agency that isn't Isaac's on your behalf. It may be updated. You usually only have to sign it once. The plan for the social workers is that we're putting all the general things you may need assistance with. If you go to Metropolitan Hospital, we'll just put Metropolitan Hospital, not the specific doctor. So you don't have to fill out the form a million times. However, in order for us to assist you, I need consent for you, for your information to be in the program. And then consent from you that you give us permission to talk to other agencies on your behalf. So that's the consent forms. Did you still have a question?
If we've been members, does that mean that we've already?
So this is a new form that came out last year from DFDA. I think it's, it was done in an effort to clean up the system, the online system that we have during the pandemic. I think they found that there was a lot of members who had profiles that were created, haven't been attending the programs for a really long time. And they just want to make sure that people who are active members know that they're in this system and that we have their permission to be in this system. So if you haven't spoken to a social worker within the last 5 months, if you haven't filled out a consent form within the last 5 months, it's likely that you need to sign it. We used to have when you became a member, but now DFDA wants their own specific form. So that's kind of the pain in the butt part. When you have a funder that you have to answer to. The other thing on this list is the Boost Ferris Community Needs Assessment Survey. So we've been doing these surveys for a while. They're the needs assessment surveys. If you come to the birthday party, last membership meeting, we did remind people that we're doing it. Essentially, we have this grant to provide programming to the community, but we want the community, the program that we create to be driven by the needs of the community. So the idea, what they want us to do is survey the community. So we have paper copies of the survey. We also have the online copy of the survey. If you fill out the survey, then you have the chance to be entered for a raffle. We'll probably have like $20 gift cards. So the stakes are high, okay? If you've already filled it, you can only fill it out once. So we have a list of everyone who's already filled it out. But if you haven't and you want a chance to win the gift card, then stop by, fill it out. Then you have them at the front desk, or you can find Vincent or Michelle, who's a program associate. So those are those two of them. No, it's 2 forms. 2 forms for the consent. Boost Ferris is separate. Boost Ferris is optional. Okay, we're gonna toss it over to.
Okay, next week, social care, we're gonna get a presentation, social care with Joseph.
Sorry, I know I'm gonna have you.
Both it up. Depending on that.
All right, I'll remove the mask. So I guess to participate in this, you have to make sure you're filling out your consent to refer form, right? Because we're technically an external agency. How many of you are familiar with Search and Care? 1, 2. Any Zoom people? I see some Zoom people raising their hands. Okay, so Search and Care, we are an agency that's just a couple blocks away, 207 East 94th Street, between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. We're not an older adult center, but we are a case management agency, but we also work with older adults. So we do similar things and we partner with Stanley Isaacs a lot. One of the programs I'm here to talk about is our Stronger Memory program. I have a couple, but maybe Gemma or somebody can make more. I didn't know that it was gonna be a packed house today. Basically, this is our cognitive program, but it's not intended for just for people with memory issues, right? It could be just for people that are interested in memory strengthening. And in fact, most of the people that participate probably wouldn't identify themselves as having a memory issue. They're just interested in strengthening memory. And this is an evidence-based course. What does that mean? It means that it was studied by universities, and it was found to either delay or improve people's memory. It's a 12-week course. We have one virtual session and one in-person session. In-person is Mondays at 3, and virtual is Tuesday at 11. It'll say that on the flyer. Anybody 60 plus is able to participate. For the in-person, the caveat is that you have to be able to get to and from there yourself. We don't have like a escort service at this point. And for the Zoom, you have to have some comfortability with Zoom. We're okay with helping you make an email, but obviously it would be hard to have a volunteer sit with every single person to get on. So you should have some comfortability with technology if you're gonna try the Zoom. But again, for the most part, anybody who's interested can participate. In the 12-week course, there's basic reading, writing, and arithmetic. When I say that, it's not like you're doing trigonometry or algebra. It's 2 + 2, 4 + 4, 6 + 6. There's a certain pattern, and the reason they had this pattern is because they found that the repetition and the speed is what improved people's memory. Doing algebra and trigonometry did not do the same. They did MRI scans on the people doing this work, and they found that actually the complicated math actually didn't elevate the prefrontal cortex as much. And that is the area of the brain responsible for memory recall. So that's where we're targeting your prefrontal cortex. So again, don't think you're gonna go in there and be like, holy, I need to do algebra again. Everything is simple. Nobody should feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed either. For those people that want an extra challenge, we have different tips that we could do to make things a little bit more challenging. But anybody at any level should be able to participate, and you should be welcome and comfortable to attend. And we do have group sessions. So beyond doing the homework assignments, there's group sessions that focus on a different topic, like nutrition and the brain, stress and the brain, art and the brain. So we really delve into what that means in relation to memory and brain health, which I think is really important. Does anybody have any questions? Sure.
What is the address? Here or?
It's at our office, so that's 207 East 94th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. So like 3 blocks away. I walked here.
Okay.
Lorraine, you could share.
I took this course, 12-week course. I'm doing it again because it helped me a lot. And the older you get, sometimes you forget things. And this helps to strengthen your memory so that you won't forget what you remember yesterday. So this is my second 12-week course. I started last week, and I'll be taking it again. Because I found it very helpful. Anybody have any questions about this? They can ask me. Because I can let you know that it's something that you probably really enjoy.
Other questions?
Yes, I'll address this to Joseph. Monday and Tuesday, you have to attend both days.
No, Mondays is just the in-person session and Tuesday is the virtual session. That's the only difference. And the different days and
And
times.
you have to attend the entire 12 weeks.
I mean, ideally to get the most out of it, but again, we're not gonna be like, bad, you didn't show up one day.
Crisis may arise. Can they make? up
Yeah,
for
I
that
mean,
if they miss?
Yeah, we've asked people to obviously let us know if they're
Right.
not feeling well, there's a doctor, just because we're preparing. We have materials ready and how many things we're gonna print or whatever. But, nobody's gonna get in trouble for not showing up, things happen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When did you start the?
We actually have it ongoing at this point, so you can participate as soon as Monday and Tuesday.
But you say it's 12 weeks.
Yeah, so we did start with the first and second week, but basically we had people drop out because people got sick, different things happen, right? We all know life happens. Some people got sick and weren't able to continue, so we needed to re-recruit, so that's why we're doing it. Yeah. Question, and then I'll come back to you. You can go first. Wait, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
How many hours?
How many hours?
Yeah.
The class is 1 hour a week. And then there's homework, and the homework shouldn't take more than like 20 minutes, maybe, not that long. It's not intended to be strenuous or super long, right? It's about the repetition. So sometimes when we're asking people to do the assignment, you can redo it again and time yourself, right? Because it's really the timing is that's what's helping with the memory recall. Any other questions? Is the line for the questions? Yeah.
No questions online.
Oh, sorry.
If I were to join Monday or Tuesday, would that be the beginning of my 12 weeks? Or I just join in where you're at and then catch up with the whatever I missed along the way?
So usually, ideally, you start at the 12 weeks, but because
I mean,
this
because
site,
now you've already started.
yeah, because we had this unusual situation where most of the people in the session happened to get sick, family emergencies. We're opening it up. Usually we don't do that. We'll have everybody start at the same place, but things happen, so. You had a follow-up question?
Yes, it's only for people for ISAC or people from outside, 60 plus?
Actually, that's a good question. So for anybody in New York City can participate if you're an older adult. For in-person, obviously you have to be able to get to the office. We've had people from the Bronx come, take Express ride, come, that's fine. Virtual, obviously you could be anywhere and get on your computer. So yeah, they just have to be an older adult.
Can you mix it up? Like, is it like for example, this week, Monday and Tuesday, it's the same session, but one is virtual and
Yes.
one's in person? So like, if someone wants to go in person one Monday, the next week they can go online on Tuesday and they'll still be on task with the group?
We haven't had that happen yet. I mean, I'm sure it's a possibility. The reason we're trying to avoid that is because since it is a memory course, people share confidential information. So we really want to make sure that the group can stay the same and that people are following the group guidelines. So I think some people might get, if there's a newcomer that randomly comes a week, might not feel as comfortable sharing.
Okay.
I'm sure, maybe we could think of a way to do that. But for the most part, we're trying to make sure it's confidential.
So
So
it's kind of like a Monday group and a
Yes.
Tuesday group.
Yeah, just so people, people develop rapport with each other
Yeah.
and then they feel comfortable sharing. We want to make sure we respect confidentiality. I'll take one more question because I know you guys got a packed agenda.
How many people is proposed every year?
We try to keep it between 8 to 10. Just because again, it is a course, right? So there's a lot to talk about. So if you have like 35 people, everybody's not gonna get the attention they deserve. Also, again, it is a memory course. So even though I said most people that participate wouldn't identify as having a memory impairment, there are people that do, right? So sometimes you need to repeat things, enunciate, speak slowly. So, and for the most part, I think all the participants respect and understand each other. If something needs to be repeated. I think in Lorraine's group that actually happened where there was somebody that needed much more support, which is fine. But I think the most important thing of this group is that there's a socialization aspect, right? You see that you're not alone, right? Oh, I'm not the only one that can't remember where I left my keys every day, right? Or like I put the left shoe on the right foot, you'll find that everybody's doing this, they just don't talk about it because it's not, it's not normalized to talk about that thing, but we try to normalize it. Am I able to take another question, Gemma, or am I gonna get booed? Okay. I don't wanna get yelled at.
Language. This is gonna be done, because I'm thinking of my neighbor and he's not fluent in English.
Yeah, unfortunately for now, we only have it in English because both of the facilitators are only English speakers. Maybe down the road if we do, because again, we also have people that specialize, the people that are doing this are specialized to work with, memory impairment. So, you don't just want to have anybody willy-nilly. But so unfortunately, we only have people that speak English at this point. Maybe in the future, we'll get somebody else that speaks other languages, right? That would be great. I'll be sitting right there. I have flyers, my card, more information. Let me know.
Thank you so much.
You need more copies of that.
Yeah, maybe. Doesn't have-
Is Larry Wood here? Did Larry Wood get here yet?
Yes, I did.
Oh, hi, Larry.
I'm gonna make more copies and things.
Are you introducing him or?
Yeah, Larry Wood, yeah. Larry Wood actually was here.
I'm here.
Larry, it's your turn. Please come up.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, the meeting's not over.
Hello, I need your attention. I'm speaking from the screen. Joining you from the west side. Sorry I couldn't join you in person today. I wanted to thank Gemma and Lorraine and Barbara for including me and adding me on the agenda. I see earlier on, Barbara had a report from the advocacy committee, so I might be repeating a little bit what she shared. But one, just a reminder, we do have an older adults advocacy committee with
Larry,
yes,
Larry, the initial report, Barbara was waiting for you to do the report.
okay. Okay, so then I won't be repeating anything. Thank you for cluing me in. Well, one, if folks are not aware, between the various older adult programs at Goddard and Isaacs, we have a regular monthly meeting of the Older Adults Advocacy Committee. Is that okay? I'm hearing talking, but
Yes.
okay. So our next meeting is actually next week on the 15th at 2, and we'll actually be meeting at the Isaac Center. So folks are welcome to drop in. But the committee is really structured with representatives from we have 4 different older adult center. We have a couple of NORC programs. So it's representatives from all of the older adult programs. And we've been covering a lot of different issues over the past year. And part of that is, meeting with our elected officials on different items. So one thing I wanted to really highlight and invite everybody to participate in, we have our annual forum with Congressman Jerry Nadler scheduled. He's been speaking, at Goddard for decades on an annual basis, going back to when he represented us in the state assembly, and he's been in Congress for a couple of decades now. And as a result of redistricting, he now represents a big chunk of the east side and you guys at the Isaac Center, as well as Goddard Riverside. So this will be a hybrid event. You can join us live in person at the Goddard Riverside Older Adult Center over here at Columbus and 88th. But you can also join it through a webinar link. There's flyers that have the information with the link. So just ask Gemma. She has access to that, and maybe they'll be emailing it out to folks as well. He's going to update us on the so-called Fiscal Debt Commission. If you haven't been following the news, you're going to have to pass budget bills, and there's been a standoff over passing the budgets. And some in Congress want to create a debt commission. And they're blaming Social Security and Medicare for the debt, the huge debt that the United States has. The truth of the matter, Social Security and Medicare hasn't contributed a dime to that deficit. They're using the deficit, the inexcusable tax cuts to rich people, helped create this huge deficit. And they use it as an excuse to attack these entitlement programs, which have a surplus. People, contribute from their paycheck and builds up a surplus, and they'd love to raid that surplus, and we need to stop them. This debt commission is looking at recommendations of raising retirement age, cutting the cost of living adjustment, so you'd even get a smaller increase in your Social Security check. And these things are, in my mind, are inexcusable. So Congressman Nadler will be talking about the debt commission. He's going to be talking about the migrant crisis as well, and various other things. And we have an opportunity to ask him questions. So if there are questions that people would like to pose to Congressman Nadler, please talk to Barbara about it. And I'll be working with Barbara and the committee to come up with questions for him. The meeting with Congressman Nadler is scheduled for Thursday, February 22nd. And it's from 4 to 5:30. So it's late afternoon, which I know is better for older adults in general, like myself. The other things we're doing a lot of work on is around e-vehicles and traffic mayhem out there with the bicycles and the e-vehicles going over which way. There's a lot of new legislation at the city council and the state legislature trying to rein in, requiring registration, insurance, and ultimately we need enforcement to make sure people are obeying the traffic laws. So that's an issue we've been working on. And then we've also been looking at the city and state budget, particularly how it funds services for older adults. And we'll have some updates and action alerts around city and state budget items. And we really hope you can participate because emails or letters or phone calls to the mayor and the governor and legislators really do make a difference. They do track the numbers and try to get their, a sense of what's going on in the communities around the state. And it's really important that we weigh in with our thoughts. So you see the sign behind me, hands off Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. That's our message we got to send to our officials in Washington as well. So let me hold it off there. If there's any quick questions, I could try to address them.
Barbara? Larry,
Yes.
will Congressman Nadler be invited to come to Isaacs to meet his East Side constituents?
Yes, we should follow up on that. I know he's been over there, but he hasn't specifically visited the older adult center. So I think we should follow up with him and basically say, you made a commitment. We really want to follow up and schedule and get you over here. Yeah. Related to that, just in a few days, the redistricting commission is going to announce some adjustments to the lines that were created. I don't anticipate any major changes to the districts in New York City, but there may be some changes. So we'll find out next week if things have changed and Congressman Nadler's only representing the West Side or anything dramatic like that. But I don't anticipate that. I think they're just making some minor adjustments. And we'll see how that plays out.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, I'll be over at Isaacs next week. So welcome to join the Older Adults Advocacy Committee. And I hope folks can join us for the forum with Congressman Nadler. Thank you.
Thank you. Where's Jenny?
So we're gonna do some general center updates, but I'm gonna start with Jen first. So,
Hi, everybody. It's Jen, the Community Resource Coordinator. Nice to see everybody, or also known as the Pantry Girl. Our once a month pantry, which is happening here at the Isaac Center called Common Pantry, will be on February 26th, Monday, February the 26th, from 10 to 1:30 p.m. Now, I just want to remind everybody that this is a list-based program, so you have to be on the list in order to receive pantry goods. So if you are on the list, please remember you have to pick up your pantry. If you don't pick it up twice, you'll be removed from the list, which is my new update. They are actually opening up their list for the first time in many, many years. So if you know anyone who is 60 and older, who might meet certain requirements such as income, they are allowed to sign up for this pantry on the 26th. If you have any further questions about how much they have to make or what the specifications are, please ask me. I will be more than happy to walk them through it. It's not a complicated process. They simply have to bring their ID and meet the requirements. I also want to tell everybody that even if they do meet the requirements, they are being placed on a waiting list. So they will get their pantry goods for that month and the following month. But you still have to wait for a phone call that says, you've done it, you're successfully on the list now. And that's a reminder to everybody that is on the list, please come and pick up your bag, because if you don't, you might get kicked off and someone new might take your place, okay? Now, I also just want to ask everybody who picks up once a week at the food bank line here at the Isaac Center, our demand, or there has been a surge of demand. I used to be able to have a couple of extra bags for anyone else who might need a pantry bag, but because there's been so much demand for it, unfortunately, we have been running out much faster, much quicker, and I've had to start making more bags than I usually do. Now, it doesn't mean you're not gonna get a bag, it just might mean that you have to come to the center when the times are advertised, which is between and 9:30 AM and 11 to 11. We will run out of bags before 11. It's happened this week and it happened last week as well. Again, it is not recommended that you come to the Isaac Center before 9 AM because the building is not open. We cannot let you in for many reasons. But once the building is open at 9, you are more than welcome to get a number card and come and stand in the line for 30 minutes and then we will serve you. Again, if you have any questions about our weekly pantry or our monthly pantry, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know, and I will answer any and all questions that everyone has, okay? And just an update on our delivery, we are still at maximum capacity. I am reviewing every single person who needs home delivery of pantry goods, but unfortunately, we still do not have enough manpower to accommodate everyone like we used to. So that's it from me, unless I missed something, Gemma. Okay, anybody else have any questions online? Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody.
Can you bring me one of the other? Alrighty, everyone. So, thank you, Jennifer, for those updates. I also just want to share, two staffing updates that I forgot to put in my agenda. Henry Foster is no longer with the organization. We have someone in the interim from Goddard, who was his who worked above him, who's overseeing the facilities operations here at the center. So there is someone addressing facility concerns. We have not gone awry. So if you have any facilities concerns, definitely bring them to us so we can get them addressed. It may take a little longer than it used to. In addition, if you were in direct contact with Jalen Robinson for anything regarding pantry, please direct any pantry questions, comments, concerns directly to Jennifer. So that she can make sure that they get addressed. Jalen is no longer working with Isaacs. Okay, so, on a lighter note, I have a lot of updates, but they're good updates. So some people were asking at the at the programming committee meeting about raffles. So I know, when I was an intern, there used to be raffles at membership meetings. So we're looking to start that over again. It's a 50-50 raffle. So whoever wins a raffle wins 50% of whatever was collected for that raffle. And then we are also looking to do that for the birthday party as well. So hopefully that brings in some numbers, even more chances to get lucky, and you get information or have a good time at a party. So it's a win-win. I'm gonna skip over and wait for this to the end because it's pretty important. Lunch seating. So I just want to remind everyone to be mindful. We have 2 seatings for lunch. If you come for the first seating, please be mindful that there are people waiting at 12 o'clock to go into the dining room to eat. It has been a little colder, so it hasn't been as busy, but and sometimes if it's not as busy, we can let the time run through. But we do have 2 seating. So if it is busy and you come after 11:30, you may have to wait for the second seating. With that being said, people who are eating in the first seating, please be mindful. If you see a crowded dining room, just know that there might be people outside waiting to sit down and eat. Also, we don't do plastic bags anymore for grab and go. We've gone green. We're just trying to be mindful of what we're spending our money on, A, and B, also, you know, we want to be mindful of what our output is onto the universe with our plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have come back to us to say, you know, those utensils that are put into the grab and go bag.
So I don't know when we started giving out utensils for grab and go, but
Right.
utensils typically are not supposed to go with the grab and go. So
Right.
that must have gotten shuffled around in some sort of transition from one person to the next.
Right.
But utensils are not required to be given with grab and go because the idea is that you're taking the meal to go.
Taking it home.
Unless you're having some sort of emergency and you don't have access to utensils, you can let us know. We're more than happy to arrange that. However, you know, we just want to be mindful of what kind of output we're putting, and the idea behind the grab and go meals is that you're grabbing them and then going.
Right, because a lot of people have come back to say, I have so many of them, we're not.
Yeah.
What do we do with them now?
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be giving out the utensils with the grab and go meals anymore either. Unless someone has some extraneous circumstance, they're like, oh, I got this meal because I'm running to a doctor's appointment and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, again, we're just trying to be mindful of our waste that we're creating.
I have
Yeah,
a shopping bag full.
yeah.
You need it, I can bring them back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we do give, if you come for the birthday party, we give out those reusable bags, so. Also, this isn't as big of a reoccurrence, but as a reminder, the tables outside in the hallway are tables. Please do not sit on the tables. If it looks like it has a stack of flyers on it, it's probably because you're not supposed to be sitting on them. I do know in programming committee, I said that there were signs on the tables. I forgot that there were not signs on the table, so those will be coming shortly. However, as a reminder, if it looks like a table, it's probably a table, so you shouldn't sit on it. In addition, we really shouldn't be eating in the hallways unless it's Cafe Stanley and there's coffee being served and cookies or whatever little treat. But we want to reduce the amount of, you know, trash we're creating and the cleanliness of the space. In addition, again, not a big issue that's happened a lot, but we can't heat up food for people. It's a food safety issue, not only for you, it's not only a food safety issue, because if we heat up the food for you, it's not heated up properly, you know, we don't want any issues there. But also, we're not really supposed to be eating in the lobby anyway, so. Just a reminder, we do have a suggestion box. If you have any issues, questions, comments, concerns and you can't make it to a meeting, you can either talk to me, talk to Vincent, let the front desk know, or you can use a suggestion box. And this is the last one before I get to the most important part, numbers game, numbers game, numbers game, numbers game. Everything is a numbers game. How we get our funding, when they decide to give us lots of money or a little bit of money, when they decide they want to fund our trip or not fund our trip. All based on the numbers that we're producing at the center, okay? So just be mindful of that. Now, for the moment that some of you have been waiting for, I don't know if all of you have been waiting for it, but it is election season at Isaacs. We're kicking off election season starting today. So here, if you're new to the center, if you haven't been here for any of the elections, Isaacs has a senior member executive committee. Essentially what that is it is elected members of your community who you have personally elected to represent you. There are five? Oh, no. 5, sorry. There are 5 positions that you can run for. We have the president position, vice president position, the secretary and scribe position, the sergeant of arms position, and the treasurer position. We would like people to run for all positions. We should have a full executive membership, executive member committee. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a timeline so you have a good idea of kind of what's happening and when. We also have these booklets out in the front, which will explain everything you need to know about how you can be eligible to run, what the process is to become a candidate, which is you fill out an application, and then what the timeline will be for that. So. Everything is gonna be in here, so we have on the second page, the breakdown of all the different positions, as well as what each position's role is. Okay? But just really quickly, it's president, VP, secretary and scribe, treasurer and sergeant of arms. Okay, so we will be putting the candidate form out at the front desk by tomorrow latest. And then you can pick it up and you fill out your candidate form. Essentially what that is your application to be a candidate to run for any of the positions that are up for vote, right? The applications must be returned by March 6th, which is the next membership meeting. If you need help completing the form, you can speak to Vincent or myself. The eligible candidates will be announced April 3rd during the membership meeting. There's a typo, nothing about October 4th. Please disregard the October 4th in this. We're gonna have a meet the candidates forum on April 24th. We'll have more information about timing later as we get closer to that date. And then we will have the election from a 5-day period from May 20th to May 24th. And we will announce the results at June 5th, the June membership meeting. So this way people will get voted in, we'll have our break for membership meeting, they can shadow the people who are in the executive membership, and then starting in January, they will serve their terms. So I'm very excited. I hope that people are eager to run. I think, as you know, it's very important to me as well as members of the center that this is your center, and this executive membership committee is one of the core pieces to making sure that your voice is heard and represented in the things that are happening here at the center. So I encourage anyone who has any inkling of wanting to run. There's really only there's like 3 commitments. The first commitment is you have to be available for every membership meeting, obviously, unless there's extenuating circumstances. The second one is being available for a meeting either the week of or the week before to plan for the meeting. And the third is being an active member in the community so that the community can utilize you as a resource to be their voice for what they want to see in the community. So we probably talked your ear off. We had a lot of information to give you today, but that is all I have for you.
Thank you so much.
Gemma,
Yeah.
book club.
Oh, sorry. Book club. Rhonda, go ahead.
Okay, the book club is going to meet next month on Monday, March 4th. The book is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It's a mystery, like Agatha Christie type mystery. We meet on Zoom, but we can also meet on person if people are interested. The Guest List by Lucy Foley.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gemma.
Alrighty, I know we talked your ear off. You probably have to process a lot of information. Are there any questions? So all the individual dates that aren't in the calendar will type up and post on the daily calendar board, on the whiteboard when you come in, as well as email it out. Just a heads up, I got an email about some activities. It may be postponed, but I'll let you know as soon as I find out. And yeah, is Gloria King on?
Yes, I am.
Alrighty.
Yes, I am.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So what I have for you today is caring. And those who believe you must be kin to care are really missing a lot. For we are all related in this world, whether we like it or not. In life, there are 2 choices: to be as caring as you can, or we can ignore the world outside, turning our backs on man. Whatever we decide for ourselves is strictly our decision to make. But sooner or later, we all learn it is better to give than to take.
That's true.
All of you out there that, with all of the information that you were given today for all of the programs that you have available to you, and all of you that looking to run for an office, all of the opportunities are out there. And as I have said to all of you for all of my previous years, it's a numbers game, and the numbers are what count. So if you're really, really interested, support Stanley Isaac Center, because they really do have your back. Thank you all for being there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome, Rhonda. Good to see you, girl.
Okay, take care. Everybody be safe.
Thank you, you too.
Okay.